In the next few weeks, Vince Fong will officially fill the open seat in the 20th Congressional District. Voters overwhelmingly favored the Republican Assemblyman over fellow Republican Tulare County Sheriff Mike Boudreau.
The two faced off to take the position left open by former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Action News reporter Kate Nemrich spoke to both candidates about what comes next, and she joins us live from outside the elections office in downtown Fresno. Kate.
Hey, Graciela, Dale. When I spoke with Sheriff Mike Boudreau earlier, he said he was taking down his campaign signs. He and Vince Fong are set to face off again in November for a full term in Congress. Boudreau says he will decide on that race within the next coming weeks, while Fong says he will continue his work in Assembly until he's sworn into Congress.
It's a victory for Vince Fong.
Well, I'm certainly humbled and grateful that the voters have overwhelmingly selected me to be their voice in Washington, D.C.
The Bakersfield Republican is headed to the U.S. House of Representatives to fill the void left by Kevin McCarthy, who stepped down in December just weeks after being ousted from the Speaker position. There is little time to celebrate. Fong says he still has a busy few weeks ahead in the state assembly. He says he will continue his work there until he is sworn into Congress.
This week is a big week. We call it the House of Origin deadline. So all the bills in the assembly will have to move over to the Senate, and then the Senate bills will have to move over to the assembly. So we're going to tackle over 400 bills, I think, that are left remaining.
Fong says he's determined to hit the ground running in D.C., tackling issues with border security and energy and water infrastructure in the state. He'll also be working to get former President Donald Trump back in office, who offered his endorsement to Fong months ago.
Well, I'll do what we can to support President Trump and make sure that he gets elected president. Want to keep our House majority. Look forward to working with the president when he gets elected.
As for his opponent, Tulare County Sheriff Mike Boudreau, he offered his congratulations to Fong and said he'll continue fighting for the Valley.
Well, let's let Vince get into his position and let him do some work. And, for me, I continue to focus on the people of Tulare County and the Central Valley when it comes to the sheriff's office. And I'm very happy for Vince and his victory.
The two are set to face off again in November for a full term in Congress. When asked if he would remain in the race after this loss, Boudreau had this to say.
I can tell you there's a lot of things being discussed for me and my future behind the scenes over the course of the last month. I think my focus is going to be on California and seeing what we can do here in California, in the Central Valley. I think I've got a good, strong voice to bring some good things to California. What that means for our future and into November, I'm just not quite sure.
He went on to say we'll have solid answers within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
There you have it. We'll be waiting on that update. This election still needs to be certified within the next 30 days. Fong says he's been speaking with U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson about that swearing in, but couldn't confirm details just yet. In downtown Fresno, I'm Kate Nemrich, ABC 30 Action News.